Hello everyone and welcome to another reaction review here on my channel. It's time to listen to the song from Greece this year. It's called Ferto by Akylas. I'm assuming. I'm not entirely sure on the pronunciations as always, but I've seen there's a little bit of excitement about the Greek entry this year, so I'm excited to check this one out. I think we should just get right to it, shall we? And let's click play. As always, we have the complete silence for the intro. Warning, that was the very short message of the video containing flashing lights. Quite the outfit on this guy. Very energetic opening to the track as well. The beat is effective right from the get-go. Very faded out kind of bass walk here. It's high energy and the beat is simple and straight to the point. Nice elevation here. The energy is kicked up. Like rhythmic contrast as well here early on. The song builds very effectively. As long as they really neat sound design on this kind of stab melody, I like that. Very effective build. Oh, that's lovely. There's a lot to take in here because the song just does not stop, but I'm really appreciating the execution of this. This hook could be a bit too much maybe, I don't know. Break up here. You still got that little faded out bass walk in the background, that's really nice, and the kick drum is constant. Nice vocal layering here too. Great little fill there. Structurally it does everything right. It builds and maintains energy so well. And this percussive arrangement here to kind of just have the stab come in there. Oh, it's executed very nicely. Very effective. We've got a chiptune part in the middle of it. Alright. Very Greek sounding melody too. Nice how they layer it with that melody they just introduced here as well. That really works very nicely. Vocally, it's incredibly repetitive, but instrumentally it's so filled with flair and variety that I connect with it for sure. Brand new section, completely out of nowhere. We've got a piano taking over and more heartfelt vocals. Huge vocal arrangement and support here. This part just came out of nowhere, but I guess it kind of fits the chaos of the track. So... Back to the chorus. Yeah, you knew it. I have to say, like, the creativity of the track is definitely there. I really appreciate what they set out to do with that. And the execution is so well done, too. Could have definitely added with another chorus here at the end, but time's up. Very cheeky little music video. He seems to be obsessed with this little game. I don't know what Ferto means. Maybe someone can fill me in on that, but Greece have quite the tune on their hands here, because obviously, melodically, this isn't really a lot to write home about in terms of the melodic kind of creativity in that sense, but instrumentally, so flawlessly executed, it's incredibly effective in everything it tries to do. The way that the energy is built, like, and developed throughout the song is absolutely brilliant, because they definitely know how to structure a track here. Sets off right from the beginning. You've got this high-paced bass walk, gradually increasing the percussive input because you've got like the very soft and faint backdrop. You've got the kick and the clap, and everything's very kind of subdued in the opening, but the energy is already there. Vocals start kicking in. Then, as the first like part of the vocal is complete, you boost everything in the instrumental to make sure, okay, the development, the expansion of the track is taking place, we're getting somewhere. So they add like the snare coming in, you've then got the further development with these kind of stab melodic backdrop that it's using, leading into the first chorus. The first chorus, of course, vocally, it's just him saying Ferto, 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 Ferto in a nice little kind of rhythmic pattern, to be honest, because it's very, very catchy, because he's playing on both the on-beat and the off-beat, so the melody isn't really like just straight onto the beat all the time. And that gives it this kind of bounce that's definitely required to make it an earworm, paired with this really infectious and highly energetic instrumental that I honestly want to say, I feel like the instrumental part of this track is so well done. It's incredibly well produced, I have to say, because the sound of everything is flawless. The actual dynamic within the different instrumental inputs as well is very nicely incorporated. They've used sidechaining to its perfect kind of length. It's very balanced in that sense, and every time a new kind of instrumental input is introduced, it seems very cohesive to the rest of the track. It fits, and it's at the same time, it also has a little bit of a unique sound to it, because everything needs to be, it's kind of like a chaotic concept, but every input is so naturally flowing into the cohesion and the overall concept of the track, I suppose. And that is what really makes it click. Then after the first chorus, you kind of hold it back a little bit, but the energy is still maintained very nicely, and you still feel like the song will keep developing into the right kind of expansion later on, and leading back into the choruses in a very efficient way, I would say. Also really nice how they use like the drum fills. They break up the rhythm quite frequently, but not in a way that becomes distracting, because they don't swap around with different rhythmic inputs and really throw you out of the loop. They use phrasing very effectively, and then also like the drum fills or the kind of impact hits or just elements to signify and enhance every little transition back into the energy of the track. And that's really, really nice. It feels incredibly well thought out and well planned out, and also the execution of it is perfectly done. So everything just works there. I was a little bit thrown out of the loop there towards the end with the piano part, and then everything becoming a bit with like choral, with you got the large backing vocals. He starts floating or whatever in the music video. I'm not really sure like what the overall song is about and stuff like that, but it could be interesting to read up on that, because at the moment you feel like it is a little bit, don't take the, like, I will say, when you just look at it like this, it feels nonsensical. I'm sure that it's not like that. That's not what I'm saying, but the kind of purpose of the track, because of this part there towards the end with the piano, it feels a bit taken out of the context of the rest of it. So then you kind of get curious, what's going on here? Why are we doing this? Because it's such a large contrast and very abruptly changed from these choruses and from this catchiness into this part that goes for a completely different approach. And then I get curious, like, why are we doing this? There must be something more hidden underneath here. And then I get intrigued and I want to know more about it. Will that translate into the live performance? Will we understand it? I'm not sure, but I am intrigued by it. I'm not sure if if I would just to listen to this song as a studio cut, I think this part there towards the end with the piano and the choral vocals, it's going to throw me off a little bit. I would have liked that to be incorporated into the track more, but it could also be a purposeful choice to break off everything because of the song's message, like what it wants to say. So I'll leave that one open for now, because I don't know. I haven't read up on the song before. I think that kind of defeats the purpose of the initial reaction video. But I'm intrigued by what they do there. And then the final chorus comes back in. It's nicely done because it builds again very effectively towards it. The drumming is key throughout this song, like how they've arranged the percussion is very key. They've got a lot of very fast-paced drum fills to just really signify the high tempo of the track, and that's very nicely done. The final chorus really feels like it should have been two rounds, but the time's up, and then you just have to do what you have to do. But I really wished for the chorus to actually keep going a second round, and then you could have done like a vocal variation for the final one, like maybe some chanting to just kind of match the vibe that I'm getting of the track. It's a little bit of like you could do. Have you ever seen like those Tomorrowland videos or from any EDM festival when they start doing the hey, oh? I mean, just adding that behind in the chorus would give it that proper like party finale to the song. I think that could have been a really cool idea to just throw in there. Just something sporadic that popped up in my head now, but maybe it would have been terrible. But if it had another round, you could have just done some kind of vocal chant towards the end, elongated ones to really connect with the audience further, make something that's very easy for the audience to go along with, could easily just kind of add to the beat of the track. You could have signified another snare layer to just like kind of enhance the feeling like, okay, the audience can now clap along. It becomes like a fun little moment. There are many ideas you could do for the final chorus if you throw it on another round to just add a little bit of like an extra thing to really, really connect it with the audience even more than I think you've already done. It's a nice party anthem altogether. I very much enjoyed listening to this. I have to say, I think this is very well done. There is a lot of creativity going into this. Even if you think melodically it's not doing much, I don't think that either. But exactly for what they're trying to do with this track, I think they're doing it fantastically well. Instrumentally, it's honestly very, very strong, and the production of it as well goes hand in hand with that, I have to say. It feels incredibly professionally done. They had an idea in mind, they went for it, and they executed it flawlessly, in my opinion. That could be a hot take, that could be a normal take, I have no idea. I know there's excitement about the track, but I'm sure there are people who don't like it as well. So I'll be looking forward to reading a little bit about what all of you think, if you want to share that in the comments with me. I've said my piece. I think this was pretty damn great. I have to say, one of the best I've heard so far from this year, one of the ones I see myself returning to the most. Very happy to hear this. Pleasantly surprised, because sometimes when you've got these songs, like they're wacky, they're party anthems, usually I'm skeptical towards them. But the more I think about this track, the more I realize I really enjoy that quite a lot, and kudos to Greece for that. Yeah, that's gonna be everything for this video. This is definitely probably my longest review so far. I would say definitely my longest review so far in the series, so hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully you've stuck around till the end. In the next review, I honestly don't even know what country's coming up next, but now I've finished the letter G, so there's that. But be on the lookout on my channel if you're interested in seeing more reaction and review videos about Eurovision 2026. I hope you are. And if you're not, well, thank you for tuning into this one. Take care of yourselves until next time. Bye for now.